But if someone was here, they'd take the sites. They'd blow up the sites. I don't know. See, what I'm kind of... It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but what I'm kind of hoping is that someone's found these sites with a normal sort of fighting ship. They've blown up all the sleepers, but they haven't got the technology. They haven't got the thing to find to get the goodies. So they've left a load of wrecks, and I've got a salvaging module, so I could salvage the wrecks. Wow. Okay, we've got a big, powerful battleship just there. That is a big sleeper. The sleepers are they're NPCs, but they are very different. They're very tough. Let's zoom right in. Hello, sleeper. And there I am. No one else can see me. Apparently the sleepers, though, do have very good sensors. I mean, what is this? It's like freaky sleeper things. Part of the other problem with Wormhole Space is that, you see, normally when you warp into a system, you can see on the local chat everyone who's in the system with you. You don't get that with Wormhole Space.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I'm gonna head back. It's the first time I've really found Wormhole Space that's actually got some stuff to do in it. Oh, hang on. While I'm warping, add location. See, if I bookmark, you see, in the middle of warping, I've just bookmarked a spot. And what that basically means is that now I've got an exact coordinate lock on somewhere that's kind of not near anything. In theory, no one else could possibly have that bookmark now, because it's just random. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to warp to warp to that sleeper sanctuary, which was not the last one I did, because you see the bookmark I've just made is partway between the wormhole and that sleeper sanctuary. So anyone warping between those 2 points, they would see me if I was at that little spot in that exact coordinates. So I'm going to warp to another location and then warp to my little spot that I've just created, creating another one partway through. It's difficult to visualize, but basically you warp from A to B. A and B are both known locations to other people. So you then go from a third location, location C, which is also known, to your new unknown location. That's in the middle of nowhere. No one could possibly have that coordinate. However, I'm just going to wait for me to be partway through warp. There. Right. And I'm going to get rid of that location. See, now I've arrived at the first bookmark, which is not 100% secure. If I was uncloaked and someone warped between the 2 places that I did, they would see me. And finally, I'm going to warp to the bookmark I've just created. It's one of those things, if you've been playing EVE any significant amount of time, you'd know, this is one of those skills that you do with PvP to keep yourself safe. Okay. In theory, always in theory, got to put the disclaimer in there. In theory now, this location I've warped to is in the middle of nowhere. In theory, no one's going to find me here. So I'm going to decloak, set off in a particular location, and start launching probes. Now, the probes and me are now available to other people to detect with their own probes. You see, mine are sort of they're not combat probes. What they basically are is they're discovering site probes. But you do have combat probes, which are dedicated to finding other ships. It's not good. Okay, activate my cloak. and I'm just going to keep on flying in the direction I am. See, now I'm safe again. I'm cloaked. I'm in a safe spot. I'm now going to very quickly, well, as quick as possible, just move these around, just like I did before, and see if I can find some interesting stuff. Oh god, no, I don't want to move that. Leave that alone. Looks to me like this is a pretty small system. I should get quite a dense... Oh, that's... put that miles away. Should get a relatively... See, it's showing me the sleeper data sanctuaries and where they are. Oh, there's one right over there. So it's a lot of moons. Okay, so generally, again, this is a general thing. Generally, sites tend to be within about 1 AU of another planet or whatever. So, with everything being so densely packed, I'm fairly... Come on, out you come. I'm fairly happy just to increase it by just 2. Actually, no, just... There we go, that'll do. Just up to 4. Now, the only problem you've got is probes themselves are available on the scanner, so it's always possible that someone might have scanned those down in the time that I've just been faffing about. Hopefully they haven't. Wow, well, we've got an awful lot of those. We've got a cosmic signature somewhere in that circle, but again, it's inaccurate. A cosmic signature somewhere around here. Okay, let's bring in this probe from out there. And where was the other one? Sort of roughly there? Okay. The reason why that one's a circle is because I haven't quite got enough probes to triangulate. And the reason why the other one was kind of a vague haze is because it's somewhere-ish around there. So I'm just going to move them in together now and see if I can get a bit more of a fix. See, I'm tempted. Oh, you see, I shouldn't be tempted to do these things. It's stupid. I've got no backup whatsoever. If I get podded and that wormhole closes, well, if I get... Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff. Oh, yeah, all of them are easy to find anyway. Right. It's an unknown cosmic signature. It's another unknown cosmic signature. It's somewhere up there. Right, okay. Right, I'm just going to fire them off again, because I haven't got quite enough of a fix to my liking. Okay, that's an even better fix. See, this could just be another wormhole, which would be a bit boring, but wormholes are needed as well. Just arrange these probes in a vague kind of vaguely kind of thingy. I know what I mean. I know vaguely what I mean. God. So yeah, it might be a special site. See, all the sites that are easy to find that I've already found in the inbuilt scanner, they're going to be just sort of combat sites. There's nothing special. It's an unstable bloody wormhole, which is completely uninteresting. I'm going to ignore that result, expand the scanner again and find that other site. I'm not interested in finding a second wormhole. I've already got a wormhole. I'll come back to it later. In hindsight, it probably would have been worth finding again, but no. Alright, I'm just going to spread these out a little bit. Because if they're too bunched up, and the range is very high, then you can't find things. So you need to spread them out a little bit as well. We have a cosmic signature somewhere down there. And it might be a different site, not a combat site, but it might have data banks that need to be hacked. There'll still be stuff to kill, probably even tougher stuff than normal to kill. But yeah, it will potentially require some skills, which I do actually have. Where the hell is it? If it's down there, it's miles away from anywhere. So it's definitely kind of up there-ish. Let's just move those in like that, in like that, in like that, scan. That's miles away from any planets. It's unusual that they're that far away from a planet. I mean, it's difficult to say exactly how far it is away from a planet, but it's certainly a good distance. See, I can't quite click on it to center it in the view, so I'm having to approximate. Don't worry, this is not what all of Eve is about. I'm gonna do this scanning, see what's there, and then find something else slightly more interesting to do. Blow things up. I could always bring my battle cruiser in here. The only thing you've got, of course, is that it's... if it gets blown up, it gets blown up. Serve me right, wouldn't it? For braving the wormhole space without a backup or any preparation whatsoever. But it's definitely something interesting. Oh, it's an unstable wormhole. Well, that's... oh, is that... really? Am I that close to that unstable wormhole? Wow. I thought I was a little bit further away from everything than that. Right, well I might as well... no, not ignore the result. Oh, what have I done? Right, let's scan again, shall we? You see, it feels like I'm very, very, very alone here. Save location. Other wormhole. Okay, let's recall the probes. Close the map. Open up the cargo bay. There are all my probes that I've recalled. Let's go to the other wormhole. Warp in from quite a distance. I'm just going to have a look, because wormholes could open anywhere across the entire galaxy of Eve. The other thing to know about Eve as well is that it's one galaxy. You know, a lot of MMOs, you've got different servers or different shards or different realms, you know what I mean? And it's like basically different servers. So if you want to play with your friends, you've got to find out what server they're playing on to make sure you join that. Eve, it's one big server. It's always been one big server. I think it's because with space, it's just less taxing on a processor to do. Where the hell does this go? It's beginning to decay and probably won't last another day. It's not yet had stability. It leads to dangerous unknown parts of space. Basically, this wormhole leads to another bit of wormhole space that's more dangerous than my current bit of wormhole space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp to within 10 of my actual wormhole.
Drive active.
So there's the wormhole. If I call that home wormhole, the other wormhole I'm going to call it dangerous wormhole. And that safe spot's not especially good. I mean, it is out of range, but it's a bit too close to the wormhole for my liking. But it's always difficult. It's always a tricky one. Okay, so this wormhole is probably won't last another day. It's probably all right. I'm still cloaked. Okay, right. Why not? That's when I have to ask the question. Why not? Shall I just bring my Drake through? Go to some of these sites, kill a few sleepers. What do you think? Think I should do it?
You failed to jump because you are cloaked.
Oh yeah, come on, just do it. Just do it. Right. Base of operations. Let's walk back home.
Warp drive active.
I get into the habit of the moment you see when you come through a wormhole or through a jump gate, you're kind of cloaked. It's really for your own protection because, you know, games, you go from one system to another. It takes a while to load. If there's someone waiting for you, they'll lock onto you, kill you before you even load because of lag. So you're kind of like cloaked regardless of whether you've got a cloaking device. And then when you move, you uncloak. So if you've got a cloaking device, there's that split second just after you move, but just before your actual cloak kicks in, where you are a bit vulnerable. At the moment, though, in this system, in a 0.6 security system, it's well above 0.4. 0.4 being the first proper dangerous system. I'm pretty safe. I'm tempted. I don't want to risk my battle cruiser, but I don't know whether I can solo it in a coracle. I mean, my coracle's a regular cruiser rather than a battle cruiser. As you can see, it's quite big. It's got a passive shield tank, but nothing like what the Drake's got. Where is my Drake? There it is. I'm blind. This has got a hell of a shield tank. It's crippled for everything else, but its shield tank is awesome. It's got a ridiculous amount of shield power. So, what are we thinking? What are we thinking? Shall I do the wormhole space thing? Yeah? Well, the first thing I'm going to do is get a probe launcher on there, which does reduce my offensive capability. What was it equipping all my ammo for, you stupid bloody thing? Put the heavy missiles back in. Right. Next, we need to put in... I'm still getting used to this, like I said. I don't think I've got a filter for things like salvage and the... No, not salvage, what am I talking about? A probe launcher. There's core. Don't ask me why I've got 408. That was from well back in the day. Jeez, that was back in the day. Right. There's some core scanner things. Probe. Oh bloody hell, it's going to take me a lot of CPU to plug one of these things in. It requires a hell of a lot of CPU. What other variants are there? Yeah, unfortunately, I haven't quite got the CPU for that. If I took that offline, can I put that online? No. So where's my CPU being sucked up from? To be honest, I don't think there's a huge amount that my CPU is being drained from. Sure, I've got my heavy launchers, but I need the heavy launchers. That's disappointing. I think it's just these large shield extenders. No, it's not. It's only 35. It's not a huge amount actually that I can do. I don't like taking these out because it damages my shield tank. Really affects my shield tank. But I need... In fact, actually, you know what? Worst case scenario? Yeah. Yeah, worst case scenario. What I can do quite easily, no, it's a shield thing that I'm after. And where is that? It was a local power plant manager reaction, blah blah blah. Right. Worst case scenario, I can take a lot of things offline while I'm in space and bring the extended probe launcher online. Yeah. I need more missiles. Now I get bonuses for Scourge heavy missiles. I'm going to take another 1,000 missiles with me. So I've got 2,000 missiles. Got me salvager, got me shield tank, probe launcher. Oh, this is silly. I just know I'm going to get blown up. But what is life without risk? That is the question that we must all ask ourselves. What is life without a little bit of risk now and again?